So,
Thanks, good to know.
I've heard
All
that
right.
independently also.
Great. So I'm happy to give a shout out to them. We are going to call this special joint meeting of the Board of Retirement and the Board of Investments to order. Linda will have a word to say just for all the other trustees. Mr. Knox and I have agreed that we will go back and forth on chairing the joint meetings, and I'm going to chair this one. And then whenever we meet next, he'll chair the next one, just so people have a sense of that process. And Linda, if you wish to say your
Yes.
few words, please do.
Thank you, Chair Bernstein. The meeting is being conducted as a virtual meeting, so I will do a roll call of the trustees to confirm attendance. I will start with the Board of Retirement. Mr. Knox?
Morning, I'm here.
Thank you. Ms. Gray?
Good morning.
Mr. Santos?
Buenos días.
Mr. Oakham?
yes, good morning, everyone.
Mr. Moore?
I'm here.
Mr. Kehoe?
I'm here.
Mr. Pryor? Okay. Mr. Robbins?
Aloha.
Mr. Harris?
Here,
Ms. Zapanta? Okay. Board of Retirement members, Mr. Green?
Here.
Mr. Santos?
Here.
Ms. Greenwood? Mr. Kehoe?
Still here.
Mr. Oakham?
I'm here.
Mr. Bernstein?
Good morning.
Mr. Kelly?
Present.
Ms. Sanchez?
Llobregat.
Mr. Knox?
Morning.
Okay, staff participating, Mr. Kryman? Here. Chief Counsel Stephen Rice? Senior Counsel Johanna Fontenot? HR Division Manager Carly Natoya? And lastly, Chair Bernstein?
Here.
Consultants participating in the meeting include Bob Klosner and Adam Levinson from Klosner, Kaufman, Jensen, and Levinson, and Tracy Kennedy and Samantha Grant from Shepherd Mullen. Trustees, if you have a comment or question on any item, please use the Zoom chat option to be placed in the queue. At this time, we ask all meeting participants to mute their mics until you're ready to speak. And now we may proceed with the agenda.
Thank you so much, Linda. Our first item of business is the approval of the minutes of the special joint meeting of the Board of Retirement of December 16th, 2020. If I could get a motion from the BOR.
So moved.
Moved by Oakham, seconded by somebody.
Knox will second.
Knox, and then Mr. Rice, you look like you wanted to say something, so please do before we vote.
Yes, thank you. Just with respect to the Board of Retirement and Board of Investments minutes, the minutes should be revised to reflect signatures by the current chair and secretary as opposed to last year's chair and secretary, even though this refers to last year's, a meeting that took place last year per Robert's rules and the board charters the authority to sign the minutes based on action that takes place this year belongs to those two current officers.
Mr. Oakham and Mr. Knox, are you clear on that change, and do you accept it into your motion?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rice. Then unless there's discussion on this, let Mr. Kelly.
I had a question. Sorry, I had a question. It wasn't clear to me why, Stephen, why the representatives from the communications firm and the Glacier Law firm were listed as attendees.
They're not attendees.
Okay, they were on the agenda as listed as participants in the meeting. I'm sorry, they were on the minutes as listed as participants in the meeting.
Oh, you're talking about the last meeting. Yes, they were involved in a closed session.
Oh, I see. Okay, fine. Thank you.
Any other questions? Linda, could you please take the vote?
Absolutely. Mr. Knox?
Aye.
Ms. Gray?
Aye.
Mr. Santos?
Yes.
Mr. Oakham,
Yes.
Mr. Moore,
Yes.
Mr. Kehoe.
Aye.
Mr. Robbins,
Aye.
Ms. Aponte,
Yes.
Chair Bernstein.
Aye.
Okay, the motion passes unanimously. Board of Investment members, Mr. Green.
Aye.
Actually, before we do that, Linda, I think we need a separate motion for the Board of
Oh, yes.
Investments.
I will move the minutes, approval of the minutes.
Okay. You need a second?
Second.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Sanchez.
Okay, Mr. Green,
Aye.
Mr. Santos,
Aye.
Mr. Kehoe,
Aye.
Ms. Greenwood, Mr. Oakham,
Aye.
Mr. Bernstein,
Aye.
Mr. Kelly,
Yes.
Ms. Sanchez,
Yes.
Mr. Knox.
Aye.
Thank you. The motion passes unanimously. Mr. Bernstein, we have no public comment at this time.
Okay, well, this is the part of the meeting where we would welcome public comment, but we do not have it. So we will move on to 4 items for staff review.
We don't have any items for staff review.
Great, we're on to item 5, good of the order. Just to make it simpler than reading through a very long list of names, I'll leave it open for a minute. If anyone wishes to say something on good of the order, this would be the time to do it.
I haven't had enough coffee.
Thank you for that contribution. Any other good of the order? Then hearing none, we'll head for executive session, but I believe, Mr. Rice, you had said you wanted to make a comment before we go into executive session.
Yes, thank you. For the record, before we go into executive session, the executive session relates to the government claim filed by James Breck. Thank you.
Thank you. Then if staff could reorganize us for executive session, we'll wait here while that happens.